gonna start the cooking video. So I'll see you shortly. Okay, so I wanted to show you guys, because I know I've just said to finally dice the onion. I kind of wanted to go through with some of you guys who may not be comfortable dicing finely, but you know, it's just to have a look at the way I do it, and I don't want you to be worried, even if it's not massively finely diced. Just do them in squares, even if it is slightly bigger. Don't feel like, you know, you can't master cooking just because you haven't perfected cutting onions, etc. At the end of the day, it'll all kind of all sweat down. It's just the time that it takes, and the reason why we do it in I finally do it is because chicken breast cooks quite quickly, so we don't want the onions to take forever to cook, because they'll just stay raw and then the chicken will be cooked. So it's just kind of marrying the two elements together. And I'm also very mindful that I didn't actually show you guys the size of my onion, so I'm going to kind of compare it to my hand. I'm only using one, so this is actually quite big. We have massive onions in this house because we do industrial size cooking, but you can use 2 regular size onions from your local superstore. Like you got Tesco's, Lidl, all of them, they do it in the packets. 2 of them is more than enough. Okay, so to cut it, I've peeled it, bottom, top. Literally going to cut it in half, and remember, have your knife, everything sharp before you start cooking. Cut in half, set one side, half aside, flat side down, and then the only way I can kind of describe it to you is keep the onion faced where you've got basically what would have been the top and the bottom. Face it so it's like east and that's west. Right, I'm going to start chopping. Just cut fine lines. I know I'm very mindful that I can't actually show you how I'm cutting this because I can't alter how the video is. But they've all literally been, you can see the little lines, they've been sliced up. So they're probably about, I'm going to say about 1 centimetre and a bit apart. It's not massively fine, but yeah, it'll do. And because this is a big onion, what I would normally do is just chop along that way. But when I first started cutting out, what I would do was separate the onion in bits just to make it a bit easier for me to chop. So, got there, and then one last one here. And then once you've got it lying flat on his back, all of them, you can then start cutting it the other way. So it's square. Be mindful, not all onions are the same. Some of them are really, really slippery. So, you know, this is a crucial part. Just be slow, take your time, be very careful. You know, we don't want any accidents. We don't want anyone having no fingertip just because they've cooked a curry. So yeah, as you can see, I don't know if you can, but you have kind of almost diced. Not massively fine, but not big either. So I'm going to continue cutting the rest of this. Okay guys, I've just restarted it because what I want to show you is, this is chicken breast. I bought it as 1 kg, so there's 2 of these. You won't necessarily have to cook them both, but it is again up to you how much you want to use and how much you don't. But obviously the recipe that I'm showing you today, it would be for 1 kg, so just amend all the ingredients and things to half if you are just going to cook the one breast. I kind of wanted to show you how to cut it, the easiest way to kind of cut it, just to make your life easier and so you're not stressing too much. Right, so first you can see all these straggly bits, which is all the fat. Get rid of them. Can't stand it. Well, I don't like things that look messy anyway, right? chicken breast, it comes, you can see there's like a fillet in the middle, and then you got your main breast fillet. So what I'm going to do is separate these two parts. So it's already half come undone for me anyway, which is quite handy. So that's one piece, and then get rid of all that fat. What I do next is literally lie it down flat, and then just start slicing it as though you would cheese. Get rid of any fat and gross bits that you don't like. So yeah, one. So cut it to about this thickness, which is probably the same thickness as my finger, as you can see. And just follow that through all the way. I am also mindful that I didn't actually start the video saying to ensure that all surfaces are disinfected, wiped clean, and we're going to do this after as well. Make sure you've washed your hands. If you wear aprons, feel free to put on your apron. I'm just so used to doing all of these things and then kind of not mentioning them, forgetting to mention it. So anyway, okay, so now we've got all the different fillet pieces. When you get to the bottom end, because they're slightly smaller than the actual main breast end, what we're going to do is cut them in two separate amounts. So the bottom end fillets, I'd just cut them in twos, because you still want a good size piece of meat. So these I'm just going to cut in half. And as you can see, the more you're going in, the longer it's getting. So then just cut them. So this I'm going to cut into 3 pieces. Again, 3 pieces. And then when I'm getting more to the top end, it gets thicker and slightly longer. So I'm going to cut this into 4 so that they cook evenly and yeah, so it tastes nice because you don't want to have random raw bits of meat. And then when you go back to the tip again, it goes ever so slightly smaller, so you can then take that back to cutting it into 3 pieces. Again, cut it however you find easy. If you want smaller chunks, cut it into smaller chunks. If you want bigger pieces, do them as bigger pieces. It's just the cooking time will change slightly. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to wash my meat in a bit. For now, I'm just going to set it aside, cut the remainder of the meat, and then hopefully I'll have everything ready for you for us to whack it all in the frying pan. Alright, see you guys in a bit. Okay, so now I've done all my prep. Let me just show you. We've literally got all the ginger garlic, onions, peppers, coriander, and then I've got my meat there. So everything's prepped. It's just now